plain and simple. I mean, geez, I mean, look, we've all seen the tantrums he's had, you know, headbutting walls and headbutting people and smashing Perspex glass and holding his balls and saying he's the king of the world and King Kong balls and whatever else. And I was just fed up of it. John will jeopardise anything come to that fight, but look, if John, once it's all said and done, if John wants to go out on the street and have this out, I'm more than game. It's a shame about his fucking pussy dad, that's all.
Listen, I'm telling you now, Eddie, I'm telling you now, I'm going to say a prayer for you, because you know on fight week, whether it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, if my dad clocks you, I'm telling you now, he'll steam straight into you.
What's he going to do, headbutt?
Oh, listen, he's done 12 years for a fight, so he's not bothered about anything like that. So
if there's any kids in the audience on fight night, just lock them away because your dad's going to come and headbutt them.
Listen, the only person headbutting is yourself. So you're going to have 2 fights on fight week, myself and my dad.
Eddie Hall erupted at John Fury after being pushed during the press conference as the situation escalated instantly. John Fury's aggressive shove sparked chaos on stage, and Eddie reacted with fury, refusing to accept the disrespect while calling out the behavior. Tensions between both camps are clearly boiling over, turning the buildup into pure hostility.
He's very hot-headed, which I think is a good thing for him, but also a bad thing for him. You know, the guy's done time for being hot-headed.
Eddie Hall vents his frustration after the heated clash with John Fury, saying he had completely had enough of the situation. He criticizes the Fury camp for constantly talking tough while backing it up with aggressive actions like headbutts and confrontations. Eddie challenges them to finally prove it in the ring, showing his anger and desire for action instead of words.
I was just so fed up. I was trying to get in nowhere with these guys. I'm like, look, you talk the talk, you fucking walk around headbutting and smacking people and punching windows and whatever else. I said, well, why don't you guys fucking put your money where your mouth is for once and fucking do something?
Tommy Fury explains that the real tension is actually between Eddie Hall and his father, John Fury, saying he's only involved because of his dad's actions. He suggests Eddie has been targeting the Fury family and now finally got the fight he was pushing for. Meanwhile, Johnny Nelson adds that John Fury is highly emotional and often reacts in the heat of the moment, believing he sometimes loses control and now faces pressure to handle himself more responsibly moving forward.
The real beef is between Eddie and my dad. You know, that's genuinely what has happened here. I'm only doing this fight because of my dad. So the real beef is between Eddie and my dad, and I'm obviously just stepping up to the plate. Tyson's on a different stratosphere. Basically, Eddie was having a pop between all the Furies. You know, he wanted to fight with a Fury and he's got one.
Johnny Nelson describes John Fury as emotional and impulsive, someone who gets swept up in the moment and later has to answer for his actions. Eddie Hearn also reacts, calling the confrontation excessive and personal, but admits it has increased hype and interest, which is often the reality in boxing promotion.
To behave himself, he's distracted, a lot of attention and talk, and I'm quite sure someone will have a word with Matt.
Eddie Hearn admits the clash between John Fury and Eddie Hall became personal and crossed the line, describing it as excessive and unacceptable. However, he also recognizes that moments of chaos like this often drive attention and build hype around boxing events, whether the reaction is positive or negative.
I mean, listen, it's boxing, it's family. John's John, both goading each other, both very personal. Both means a lot to everybody. Shouldn't have done it.
Simon Jordan strongly criticizes John Fury's behavior, labeling it thuggish, vulgar, and unedifying. He argues that given Fury's past and reputation, people shouldn't be surprised, pointing out that boxing has always been surrounded by rough characters and aggression. Jordan also dismisses expectations of perfect behavior in the sport, suggesting society often overreacts and becomes overly sensitive to such incidents.
No, not really. It's thuggish behavior. John Fury's, is boorish, thuggish, unedifying, unpalatable, uncouth, vulgar behaviour. Absolutely. But what do you expect from John Fury? John Fury's been in prison for gouging someone's eyes out. What did you expect him to do? Convert into a Samaritan? Is it a nice look? No. Was it a nice look over the years in boxing about so many things? This ridiculous sentimentalising of society and expecting everyone to behave in their best version of themselves.
Eddie Hall offers a more emotional perspective, explaining that loyalty to family can trigger intense reactions. He admits he would likely respond the same way if someone disrespected his father, highlighting how deeply personal emotions and pride are connected to this conflict.
It's like if someone fell out with my dad, I don't think I could be friends with them. You know, if someone said something bad or fell out with my dad, I'd probably want to hurt them as well. So
Tommy Fury confidently states that Eddie Hall's muscular build won't give him an advantage in boxing, saying you can't put muscles on a chin. He believes the fight will expose Eddie's defensive flaws and lack of technical ability. Tommy insists he will exploit those weaknesses early, disrupt his rhythm, and prove that boxing IQ and movement matter more than raw strength inside the ring.
Eddie's got muscles all over his body, but you can't put muscles on chins. So, and that's what I'm about to expose. Listen, we've seen good big men, you know, in the ring all the time. But what's different, you know, the muscles can't get on the chin, and I'm looking to find that chin.
Wade Plemons explains that while Eddie Hall is incredibly powerful and athletic, he isn't a polished boxer. He believes Tommy Fury should be able to control the fight through superior footwork, timing, and technique. Wade adds that if Eddie becomes frustrated or slows down after the early rounds, Tommy can take over completely. He also stresses that raw strength alone isn't enough when facing a trained boxer.
Seriously, now, I expect Tommy to pretty much do what he wants with him if he can get, you know, Eddie to relax a little bit after the first, second, and maybe third round. Because as big as Eddie is and as athletic as he is, he can't box very much. He's not a great boxer. He swings for the bleachers. He's got great power, obviously, and he's a good athlete. Like, he's a really good quick-twitch athlete. But even in the Hafthor Bjornsson fight, I can't even believe we're referencing this in terms of a Tommy Fury fight, but even in that fight, I know Eddie had like one arm because he had a shoulder messed up, but Thor outboxed him and stuck a left hand on him. He was the southpaw. It was tricky, but hey, listen, and Tommy is not like a high-level operator, but he better be high-level enough to win.
Carl Frott strongly criticizes the behavior, labeling it thuggish and disgraceful, and arguing that it goes beyond what is acceptable in boxing promotion. He highlights the contradiction of acting aggressively, making threats like headbutts, and then laughing it off as if it's normal. Frott believes this attitude sends the wrong message and reflects the lack of discipline and respect. He makes it clear that such conduct has no place in the sport, insisting the individual should step back, stop interfering, and stay out of the fighter's buildup.
In a disgusting manner, and then he's able to just laugh it off and joke it off and say, you know what, anyone comes near me, they're going to get a headbutt. So it's kind of justified what he's done. He's been vindicated for what he's done, as in, yeah, it's okay to go around like that and behave like an imbecile, and then still laugh and joke and still threaten to headbutt me in belly. I've told you what I think about headbutting this too.
Simon Jordan views the entire event as pure entertainment, describing it as a spectacle that should be enjoyed for what it is rather than overanalyzed. He admits he wouldn't want to step into the ring with someone like that, recognizing the danger and intensity involved. However, he also says he wouldn't be bothered by Tommy Fury landing a heavy shot, reflecting a pragmatic and slightly detached stance. To him, it represents modern boxing entertainment, where drama and personalities often matter as much as the fight itself.
Fun event, and you take it for what it is. I mean, I wouldn't want to be in it. You know, I wouldn't be across the ring from this fella, but notwithstanding, I'm quite happy for Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury holds a clear advantage in boxing skill, having trained his whole life, which should give him the edge in technique and movement. However, Wade Aspinall warns that Eddie Hall's raw strength and physical presence make it dangerous enough to produce a knockout at any moment. He highlights the contrast between skill and power, explaining that while Tommy could outbox Eddie over time, Eddie's strength ensures the fight always carries real danger and unpredictability.
Very interesting fight. Tommy is obviously a boxer. Eddie can fight as well, though, to be fair. So, yeah.
You've trained with both of them, though.
What's
the skills? What's the breakdown for this one?
Tommy's been boxing all his life, so you would think that the edge should go to Tommy, but Eddie can actually genuinely fight. So.
Frank Warren describes the fight as a major high-profile spectacle that has attracted huge attention for several reasons. He acknowledges the life-changing money involved for the fighters and views it as part of modern boxing business. Warren explains that his role is to support fights he believes can be won while also advancing a fighter's career. He admits the bout ticks all the commercial boxes due to its popularity and financial reward. Despite the controversy, he believes it is a significant event that brings visibility, opportunity, and massive interest to the sport.
Everybody's attention for various reasons, and they're getting, I mean, Tommy's getting life-changing money, and you know, I can't knock that. You know, you're in the ring, it's a dangerous place to be, and you know, my job is if I see a fight that I feel he can win and I'll put him into it, then I'll do that, and it gets him, you know, gets him further up the ladder. Not only do I think he can win it, I think, you know, obviously you know, this is a high-profile fight, but he's getting a truckload of money for it. So, you know, it ticks all the boxes.
Dave Allen reacts with surprise and amusement, highlighting the unexpected nature of the Eddie Hall versus Tommy Fury matchup. He notes that both men may even share a friendly relationship outside the ring, yet they are now part of a lucrative fight. Allen points to the strong financial motivation behind the bout, suggesting both fighters stand to earn a massive payday. While he is slightly skeptical about its sporting credibility, he still recognizes its entertainment value and public interest. For him, it reflects the modern boxing era, where spectacle, crossover appeal, and money often take priority over traditional competitive logic.
World's Strongest Man, amazing. Do you know what I mean? Brilliant. He's fighting Tommy Fury. I thought they were mates. They probably are mates. I'm probably making a fucking fortune.
Dave Allen says he will definitely watch the fight because he likes both Tommy Fury and Eddie Hall, showing respect for both competitors. He views the event as a spectacle and part of the modern trend of crossover boxing between athletes from different sports. However, he is also critical, describing it as more of a circus than a traditional boxing match, and questioning its sporting value. Despite that, he admits it is still entertaining and interesting for fans. For Allen, the appeal comes more from curiosity and entertainment than genuine competitive boxing quality.
I like Tommy Fury a lot. I'm a Tommy Fury fan. Eddie Hall, I'm an Eddie Hall fan. I like the World's Strongest Man. A lot of respect for him. So of course I'll watch it. I'll watch it as it's a spectacle in it. It's part of the new bit of circusry that's come into boxing. All these exhibitions, different people from different sports coming in. But for all intents and purposes, as a boxing match, what a load of bollocks. Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't like it too much, but I'll watch it because it's like it's interesting in lots of ways, and I think people find.
Overall, the fight between Tommy Fury and Eddie Hall has divided opinion across the boxing world. Experts highlight a clear clash between skill and raw power, with Tommy expected to rely on technique while Eddie brings knockout strength and unpredictability. Many view it as a modern crossover spectacle rather than a pure boxing contest, yet the hype continues to grow due to controversy and personality clashes. From a sparring perspective, Eddie is described as extremely heavy and powerful, making it hard to predict how he will perform at fight night, while Tommy is still widely expected to win, though not without uncertainty. Overall, it is seen as a good commercial fight and an intriguing matchup.